because this, I think, can maybe change the game for you a lot. It'll certainly save you a lot of time, and it'll help you weed some of the weeds out of your future garden, So let's get right into it. This is about a phone call. This is the phone call that you should be having with someone before you meet them. I understand the texting, and I understand its importance, and one or two texts, but get to that phone, because that's where the information lies. That's where the ticket lies. That's where the ability to determine if you even want to meet him, if you want to go there, if you want to get there, be there. So think about the phone call, okay? That's what this is about. So planning on a possibly maybe going on a date or one of those meet and greets. You know what those are? Just showing up. How you doing? Either fleeing for your life or saying, listen, I left the car running, or I got to hit the bathroom. I'll be right back. Or, oh my God, what is that over there? And then, you got to pull one of those Roadrunner shots that the coyote was chasing, like the Roadrunner. All right, anyway, moving right along. Okay, so if you're planning on one of those, like either a date or a meet and greet with someone that you haven't had a phone call with, just don't do it, okay? Get to the phone. If they don't want to get to the phone, chances are there's a reason for it. And it's more than they don't want their phone number out there or some sort of ridiculous security issue. But I think that's a red flag in itself. So get to the phone. All right, bottom line. So why waste an evening of your time, which is the most precious thing we got, right, with someone you don't even know if you like because you haven't even talked to them? This what I'm going to tell you is a little bit of a technique for finding out whether you actually could be with someone in 5 minutes on the phone. It's a little rough around the edges, granted, okay, but it kind of works. So here's the deal. You get on the phone, right, and he says to you, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. Nice to talk with you. Thanks for taking my call. And then he says to you, what you doing? You tell him, listen, I'm relaxing. I'm just reading. And if he doesn't ask you what you're reading or what you were reading, boom, red flag. I mean, boom, right between the eyes, red flag. Because it means he's not curious. How could somebody be reading a book and telling you they've either finished a book or still reading a book when you called, and you're not inquisitive enough or curious enough to ask, what was it about? What's the name of it? Who wrote it? So this that you're getting from him right now is probably the most curious he's ever going to be. So, sweetie, you're looking at it. It's hitting you right between the eyes because you're not going to go too much further than this guy being a little bit of a pooch, unless he's truly nervous. And he could be nervous on the phone call. But, then you got to look at confidence because confidence is attractive. And so that's kind of, that's another, not only another show, but, another idea. If people aren't confident enough to be able to carry on a decent conversation with you and maybe touch areas that you find important, like reading, okay? So, but anyway, that's a flag. So that's one of the flags we're talking about here. So, the other thing is you could say, listen, this book was great. I really enjoyed it. It was wonderful, but I'm almost finished with it. Have you got any ideas about some good books that are out there? Have you read anything recently that you might want to turn me on to. And if he doesn't have anything to suggest, that's, like the exact type of book you like. But if he says, like, I really don't know, it means he doesn't read. Boom. Red flag. Okay? Because if you're a reader, and even if you're not a reader and you're just saying you are, you're now fishing to see who he really is. And if he isn't the one that can even either compliment you on reading or ask what you're reading or give you some ideas of what to pick next or what area to go into, again, boom, red flag. Okay? So, you get this by the way, if you're not a big reader, you can understand that. If you hate reading and you don't open your mind up to new ideas and whatever, then that's fine. Or use a different test for the guy if you want, okay? You could use something else. I personally tend to like having sex with people who read books. I just do, okay? I mean, it just makes it a little bit more interesting. Of course, I got to care about them, and of course, there's got to be a connection, and there's got to be chemistry, and there's got to be so much, that sometimes by the time you're checking off the list, you're not having sex with that many people, So, just a thought. But there is a quote that somebody once coined, and it was, if you go back to someone's apartment or their house, on a first, second, third date or whatever, and you don't see any books or anything on the shelves, then screw them. Okay? That's a joke. All right? I know. Okay. I get it. I remember I said this in front of a couple of people, and so, I said that I think it's a red flag, that with the no books and the screw 'em kind of comment. And actually, it was said in a different way, and I just don't want to offend anybody out there. So if he doesn't ask what you're reading, that's a red flag. But then these people were saying to me, but what if he has a Kindle? Is that still okay? Oh, boy. Yeah, you deserve guys like that, and I hope you go off and just don't have children together, Not a good idea. Not very attractive. Anyway, so what have you been up to recently? Anything fun, exciting going on? You're looking for passion in his response when you ask him this. Like, what's happening, man? What are you up to? What have you been doing? Okay, so the first one was the intellectual test. All right. And that was the one about, reading. Okay. I'm reading this book. All right. So this one is a curiosity test. All right. And the next one is the passion test. So anything going on, and if he's like, no, if he says like, no, just meetings, nothing really, just meetings. And it doesn't mean that he's got a terrible life. But it does give you some indication of what his mentality is about everyday life. So, I mean, I don't need someone to say, I've been tracking birds in India or something. No, I don't. Oh, wait a minute. Let me say it again. No, I don't. I don't need someone to say that. But what I need them to say is, I'm working pretty hard. Okay? But I had the greatest latte of my life this morning. Or I found the best coffee shop. If he shows passion about something small, that means he finds adventure in the ordinary. That, ladies, I get excited about that stuff. But that means that in something as ordinary as life that we overlook, we pass by every day, someone can take something as ordinary as that, turn it around, and throw some passion into it, and make it real in their voice. where you now believe, man, that's passion. That's attractive. It really is. So that, my friends, girls out there, that's someone you want to spend your life with. It is. Okay, remember that. Okay, somebody that can take the ordinary and make it extraordinary. Oh my God, I've always said that. That's who you want to spend the rest of your life with, or spend your life with, however long that is. Not someone who lives ordinarily every day, because there's a difference between trying to find excitement and creating excitement. It's like, let's go find something to laugh at, or let's make our own humor. Let's look around us and find the humor in every day, in people, and in things, in life. Life's full of it. It's full of humor. But if you got somebody that they just can't find the humor. They don't know how to get there. They don't have the address. You know? Man, life can be a long time. 24 hours with somebody like that could be a long time. Anyway, so people that create excitement, that's what makes it all amazing. Okay, so if he fails the passion test, boom, red flag. We got another one pop in here, girls. Another red flag. So the last one, this is like the banter test, okay, to see if he can actually have fun with you. Oh, that's a good one. I like that, because you got to be able to have fun with who you're with. You just do. If you got to pull that little girl out of you that goes back to the sandbox, and the little boy's not playing nice with you, so you clock him in a puss with one of the plastic trucks or something you're pushing along in the sand. Make sure it's the plastic one, though, because, boy, the metal ones hurt. I remember. Don't clock them with a metal one. No, that hurts. Anyway, so you got, if they can't banter and they can't go back and forth and they're not making you laugh, they don't have a coffee cake in the refrigerator in case you stop by. That's another joke. Anyway, my guy Sebastian, love the guy. Anyway, maybe you say to him when he says to you, I found the best coffee shop in the world this morning. You say, you never take me out to coffee. You never take me out for coffee. And if he says, what do you mean by that? We haven't even met each other. We haven't even spoken on the phone hardly. Here it is. Okay, watch this. Don't date this guy. Don't you dare date this guy. This guy's got the depth of a gnat. Don't do it, okay? That's the biggest red flag of all. Red flags for a 5-minute phone call. That's what this is about. So these flags will give you an indication if you want to go further. And I think if you want to go further, you're going to find just what I alleged or what I thought that you might find if you continue past this little interview on the telephone, your best friend, when you're meeting and greeting or you're getting ready to date someone, okay? Because you can tell everything that you need to know about this guy after going through these little 4 scenarios here before you go for a ride in his dumpster. You're better than that, okay? Really, girls, duh. Remember, no. Though it's not no, it's no. You know what I mean? Anyway, now go meet someone amazing. Or maybe, just maybe, you already have. And you didn't realize it till now. Hope it helps.